Hey peeps, it is that crafty chick, and today, judging by the title, I'm going to show you how to put lace trimming on things. Well, I'm doing tablecloths because I've had to for a while, and I've done quite a few of these, so yeah. I'm going to be doing this on a sewing machine, so if you want to do this by hand, depending on like what you're doing it on, you do that. But I'm not the best hand sewer, so yeah, and plus it's a tablecloth, so yeah. I'm gonna start off by showing you how to thread it, I guess. I don't really know. The angle's kind of weird and the lighting's not the best, but you know, it's chill. So let's get started. Okay, I was going to show you how to thread it, but to be honest, you don't need it, and your sewing machine is different anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and start sewing.
Okay, do not judge my outfit. But anyway, what I like to do is first hem the shorter side, and so what I do is I put a paperweight down, so that's just a candle, and then I like to pin it so it's nice and straight, because I'm not the best at hemming, and, this cloth is kind of old. So I went ahead and unfolded the cloth and all that fun stuff, found the short side, blah blah blah, you know what I mean. So just fold over this way. Hopefully. Okay, I just have my pin cushion here, and take some pins and pin it up. This isn't really necessary, but for me, I'm not the best at like pinning, at like sewing straight and all that fun stuff. So I like two, just because it makes life easier for me. And for younger kids who are doing this, don't do this. This is really dangerous. Unless, like, your mom is teaching you, or your dad, I don't know. So, yeah. Both my mom and my dad know how to use a sewing machine, so, to be honest. Could be either. No gender rules here. Especially with the sewing machine. Sewing machines can be dangerous, kids. So, be careful. If you need help, get help. I'm not trying to tell you to do weird things alone at home and all that jazz, so. Okay, and when you're done with one section, move it up. Be careful, of course, because there's now pins in it. And continue pinning. I know this isn't the most exciting thing to be watching. Sorry about that. But I thought this would be useful to people, so. And plus I have to do this anyway, so. Try and keep the fold straight, but as I said before, I'm not the best at this anyway, so it's okay if it's not the straightest. You can do the, like, double hem thing where you fold it twice, but I suck at that, and my mom is probably gonna be like, why didn't you do that? But, it looks good either way. So, yeah. And just the last section. I have to do that. You don't have to evenly space them, just put them where you think would be best to have them, and all that fun stuff. I definitely like to put one at the very end, because that's where you gotta, like, backtrack it, and all that fun stuff. So, a lot of times what I do when I'm doing this, I do, like, a couple of stitches, as in, like, a very large amount of stitches, just, like, right there, so it's easy, and I know that I have the lace tacked on, or whatever it is I'm sewing onto the edge. Okay, so that's all pinned, and now I'm going to set this up in the sewing machine. and be right back.
I have never encountered a sewing machine that does not have a little light thing here, which makes it a bit easier to thread it and all that fun stuff. And so just put it under the, I forgot what it's called. But anyway, this thingy-mabobber, and use the little lever thing and put it down. Okay, and what my mom taught me to do is when you're hemming, you can put it on your zigzag stitch. So even if you're a little bit off the edge, it still grabs the edge. And yeah, so of course, got your little foot pedal in range and all that fun stuff. If you're just a beginner, you might want to have it on like, well, let me get it. So this right here, this is what this machine looks like. So if you're like used to it, you can go by the smaller side, but if you're a beginner, you probably want to do this side, so it can go a bit slower. And yeah, this is probably gonna be hella noisy, and I apologize for that. And I don't, because I'm filming this, I have to like have stuff on the table and everything, but I don't advise that. This is a sewing table, by the way, so it's like sunk in. I really like this table, so yeah. Okay, so what I like to do is, since it's already on the zigzag stitch, which is 3 for this specific sewing machine, you go ahead and start it up a bit, and then backtrack it, and then just keep going. You always want to try and get it as close to the edge as possible, because that way it keeps it neater and doesn't fold over and all that stuff. So, just keep on doing that. Having to adjust things. Okay, so I'm going to fix the angle of this and just show me sewing this. So, yeah. Make sure you stop and adjust it every now and again, because, you know, you want to make it as straight as possible. So, yeah, do that. Okay, so sewing the short end for me usually doesn't take that long. So, last thing that you want to do is just at the very end, you just want to go, and then backtrack it, and boom, done. Oh yeah, I totally didn't take out any of the pins while I was doing this. And according to what people say, is that sometimes like having dress pins in it can like break your sewing machine, but like I've never had a sewing machine hit any of the dress pins. I mean, you probably shouldn't risk it, but like, even my mom is just like, yeah, use the dress pins and all that fun stuff. So. But, yeah, you should probably take these out as you're going. So be careful. And so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other side and show you me doing that. Okay, so if your fabric has like a white selvage, that's what that's called, by the way. But anyway, if it has a white selvage like that, where it's like cut off from the rest of the pattern, since this is like cream, it could pass, but like, I need to please my parents, basically. So, you just fold that ish over and do the same thing you were doing this entire time. So I'm going to show that too, but I'm not going to pin it because that takes way too long. So yeah. Also, I should have said this in the video, but make sure you always use your hands to guide where the fabric is going, and yeah. Okay, time to add DOS trim and noises. But anyway, we pretend those don't exist. So what I like to do is make it nice. Okay, I'm going to tell you that this is pretty simple, really. So, what I like to do is flip it on the right side, and then, this is the trim I'm using. It's, like, paleo. Okay, so what I like to do is there's usually a pin holding this. There's not today. There's not. Okay, and so just pin it right there at the very end. And then, remember when I was talking about how I would just do a bunch of stitches there? This is what I use it for. So I just do that, and then it's really simple from there on, basically. And I'm still using zigzag stitch. It's kind of hard to get a pin in there. You kind of just want to get it on there somehow. And I'm just doing the same side that I was just hemming, with the white edge and all that fun stuff. Okay, and basically this is the only hard part of this. As long as you don't make too many holes, like even if you make some holes in it, it's okay. Like really, you can mess this up like a pretty good amount and it still looks good, I promise. Just go slow, take your time, okay? Okay. Okay, what I do is I hold it with my mouth, and yeah, I'll show you me doing that. I promise it's not difficult, I promise. If you're doing this hand stitching, you would just like stitch that edge on there, basically. So, yeah, I'll show you that. Definitely going to have to stop and readjust this pretty frequently if you want to avoid having holes and all that stuff. After you actually sew it, you want to look through it and see if you have any gaps where you didn't sew the lace on, and then fix that. On the other side, you use an entirely new thing of lace trim and do it again, because you don't want to have any gaps in that. Do the same thing, and I promise this isn't difficult, but yeah. Okay, so if you've been doing this for a while, the entire process should take you like about 45 minutes. But if you're a beginner, probably like an hour. So it's still not that bad, I guess. Well, rather, if this is your first time doing it. But if you're a beginner, it'd probably take like way longer. But yeah. Thank you for watching, and love you guys. Sorry if this video is like really long and boring. I'll try to make it as fun and exciting as possible with all the fun background music and woo! Editing. I have like 3 more to do, but I'll probably go ahead and edit this first, so it should be up. Probably in the same day. So yeah, love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Video suggestions always. And yeah.